Hey, this is Derek Jameson, and I am here with a morning message that came through. And this was about us reaching new levels of our own capability, having to take more responsibility within those experiences, and being met with challenges that are going to be more difficult for those new levels that we attain. And I like to think of it in the form of a video game and how we move through a video game and we're given challenges and little tests along the way in order to know what our power is, know how to maneuver things, acquire new knowledge, acquire new tools, depending on the game you're playing. But with every time that you trip up and have to start again, we're in this place of knowing a little bit more on how to be prepared for it or maneuver it, right? And then what we do is by along the way we collect all these coins or we collect all of these beautiful gifts that end up helping us within future levels, correct? Well, it is just the same way as our life experience is. And when we reach the end of that level, we are met with a major challenge in our life so that we can be able to show ourselves what we've learned, what we've come through, and how to overcome it. And this is a very important lesson because this is the game of life. There's a reason why there's microcosms of the game of life or video games or specific things that portray us in this journey of moving through a level in our life, getting to the end, having the big challenge, and then rising to the challenge and succeeding. And even when we cannot succeed on that particular level, we are always given a new opportunity to start over, right? And sometimes in those games where it's like you get 3 tries and you have to go all the way back to the beginning, well, that's saying that there were some lessons within those earlier levels that maybe we didn't acquire, maybe that we didn't really gain the strength within, and it gives us an opportunity to start over. And it's okay to start over. There's nothing to blame within starting over. You didn't do anything wrong. In fact, you're doing everything right because in this life, we are supposed to learn specific lessons and we will not be able to escape them. We will not be able to surpass these lessons that come forward in our life and just scapegoat and escape them or run away or travel and hope that when we come back, it's panned over. Because even if there is a band-aid, the wound is still there. And it isn't about the tranquilization or the band-aid. It's about getting to the root of what caused those issues in the first place, correct? So that way, when we heal those things and when we gain the strength behind that, when we get to the end of that level, we are able to surpass it. We are able to win and see that that challenge that we are met with was simply a reflection of ourself that's allowing us to rise up to higher levels of who we are. And that's the most exciting part of it all is that it's a game, but we forget to look at it as a game. We forget to look at this entire experience. I'm getting waves down my body right now, so some of you need to hear this today. But we are given these opportunities to be able to show ourselves what we can do through this game that we've chosen to play. We set up the game, we set up the players, and when something doesn't work for us anymore, we can change the game, right? When you get frustrated with that one game and you're like, I'm just not vibing with this, you can take out that cartridge and put in a new game. It is all within your power. It's just that so many people hold on to the past belief systems or guilt or shame. They feel like they're a bad person if they make choices that serve who they are rather than serve who they think people want them to be. And that's very important that you're not living this life for anybody else. You are living it for you first and foremost. And guess what? From there, everyone else gets to benefit from that point. You chose to play this particular game because it was going to do certain things. And yes, we do co-create. Yes, our actions will affect others, but it's affecting others in the way that they are getting to learn things that they need to learn for their soul too. So all the decisions that we make within this game benefit all. And some people find that hard to believe. Well, how can this benefit me if I'm out $5,000 and I didn't get to do this or whatever? Or somebody hurt me or somebody decided to do this. Well, guess what? As above, so below. So you can either see the experience for what was taken from you and the hardships that came from it, or you can look at it and go, what was this teaching me? And that's where we begin to take the power back. It was within that space. And again, This whole message is truly about understanding that when you reach new levels of your own capability, of your own power, you are going to be met with more opportunities to take on more responsibility for that power. But you're ready for it. That's the thing. You would not be met with that opportunity if you weren't ready for it right now in this moment. And if you're listening to this in this moment, you're ready for it. You just have to believe that you are. You have to give yourself permission that you're ready for it. You are ready for new levels of responsibility. And sometimes when you take new levels of responsibility, people are used to a certain version of you, right? So the moment you step up and you use your voice, use your throat chakra, you begin to say what's on your heart, you begin to own up to your and take responsibility for your own feelings and your own life. People will be like, "Who are you?" They take it personally. They think you've changed. You've changed. Well, I hope you've changed. I hope you've changed because if you've stayed the same, you are not moving. And this entire life experience is about evolution. It is about you changing. It is about you transforming. It is about you transforming because as you transform and you step into more of your power and in your light, that affects every single other person attached to you. And not only that, beyond what you can even imagine, because every person that you affect, they ripple that out to all of their networks. And then guess what? That person ripples it out to all of their networks and it keeps going. Not only that, but when you think positive thoughts, when you think really beautiful things of creation, that sends psychic waves out into the universe. And other people pick that up. And you're expanding the universe simply by these good feeling thoughts, even when you are in a negative situation. Finding what you're learning from it is how you turn it into a positive. And again, this is all going back to realizing that we are going to have more responsibility as we gain more power. And it is always shifting and it is always a game. And you get to move with the wind or you get to resist it. And that is up to you. You get to choose. But new challenges that become harder are simply mirroring your level of power that you have attained. Again, the challenges that you face that are extremely difficult are simply mirroring the power that you have attained. You just have to believe it. You have to let go of agreements of everything that you've once agreed to in the past that do not feel right in your body. And that is up to you. You get to choose. This is all out of love. This is all because I know that as I expand in my own awareness and I take on new abilities or new powers that seem to find their way into my life, it is a reflection of everything that I have ever experienced or gone through up until this point and all the beautiful things that are yet to follow. But if I don't meet those challenges and take responsibility for my experience within it, I will never see the gifts that are coming from the experience. And I won't be ready to handle the big stuff when it finds its way to me. Because if you can't handle these little other challenges and things like that and you give up, well, first of all, you don't want it that bad. Your heart doesn't want it. Find a new direction. But you will not receive those beautiful things that are right on the other side of it. We chose this life because it was going to be difficult. We chose this life because it was going to be beautiful. We chose this life because it was going to bring us beautiful things that we could experience physically, where we could touch things and deal with our senses. We could smell things, we could hear things, we could feel things, we could see things, we could taste things. We get to feel deep emotions. We get to feel fear. We get to feel love. We get to feel pain because on the other side of pain is healing. And that's what we're all here for, healing. Those birds are healing us right now. Give yourself permission to take responsibility for these beautiful challenges that are finding their way into your life, that you are magnetizing to you because they are simply mirroring your power and giving you a doorway to even more potential. And there is limitless potential right on the other side of the acknowledgement of that. I know that you can do it. I can feel spirit moving through me as I said those messages. This was feeling really strong to come through, and I just held on for the ride. If you believe in you, then you have passed the test that you have given yourself. And when you choose and make a definite decision to believe in you and to love you, you will have passed the test that you have given yourself. How do you want to play the game? What direction do you want to go? It starts with acceptance for right where you are and everything that has ever been and will ever be. And from that point, and from that awareness, you take responsibility. And then you understand your life experience. You integrate that life experience. And then you use it as wisdom by sharing it with all others. For it was always meant to be shared. And that is why we are all here, because we are all fragments of each other. I love you. Give yourself permission for you to love you. Please comment below if this resonated with you. If you want to reach out, I would love to hear from you. Instagram, YouTube. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you in my realm, in my sphere. So please subscribe. And I will see you soon. Ah, the bird stopped singing for us. That means the message is done. Thank you.